The headlights cut through the inky blackness, but the road remained eerily desolate. Ahmed gripped the steering wheel, a knot of unease tightening in his stomach. Then, he saw her, a young woman standing by the roadside, clad in white, her long hair whipping in the night wind. He slowed the car, his heart quickening. Leaning out the window, he called out, "Excuse me, do you need help?" The girl simply stared at him, then slowly nodded. He opened the door. She entered silently, her presence oddly still. After a while, he asked, "Where are you going?" Her voice was barely a whisper. "Just drop me off where the road ends." Ahmed felt a prickle of unease. He said nothing, but his attention was fully focused on the road ahead. Soon, the car windows began to fog, the air inside growing strangely cold. He glanced in the rearview mirror. The girl's eyes glowed red. Fear shot through him. His hands trembled. Before he could speak, she said softly, "Please take me home, or I'll never get there." A shiver ran down his spine, but he pressed on, driving through the deepening darkness. Then she spoke again. "Stop here." He braked. She slipped out of the car and vanished into the swirling mist. Ahmed stared, his heart pounding. He searched, but she was gone. He slammed the car door shut and sped away, his mind racing. A short distance later, he saw an old mansion. An elderly man stood by the gate. Ahmed stopped and asked, "Does a young woman live here?" The old man stared at him, his eyes filled with a knowing sadness. "She has been waiting for someone to take her home for a very long time," he said, his voice low and raspy. "She was involved in a terrible accident many years ago, and she never left." The old man placed a photograph before Ahmed. It was her, the same girl. A cold dread seized Ahmed. His breath hitched in his throat. He scrambled towards his car, fumbling for the keys, desperate to escape. The engine sputtered, coughed, and died. Panic clawed at him. In the rearview mirror, he saw her again, the girl, a chilling smile playing on her lips. He screamed, a raw, primal sound. Then a violent jolt threw him against the steering wheel. The villagers found Ahmed's car the next morning, a mangled wreck against a tree. Ahmed lay unconscious, but he was alone, except for a white shawl on the back seat, stained crimson.